If you can really get to a stable mid game with this.
Whoa.
Okay.
So we'll see how it goes. We jump onto the Rift here for game number 1.
She encounters any other champion, she dies in the 1v1 to Illusion, for example. That's not going to feel great. So you have to really hit those flips. You have to, hit them in the early game. You cannot fall behind. Ooh. Got to hit the hooks too.
Nicely played by aiming. Or
Rift Maker incoming. Is he going to AP?
Oh, nice max range hook there as aiming. He gets a warm hug, but it ain't warm enough. That's going to be a lost trade here. Nicely played here from Andil.
He's just played way better since Bull has been on this roster.
Yeah.
He's looked really good.
And Kingen is fighting Dudu, and it's working quite effectively.
Put as much of a shove into a turret as he can, then runs around trying to do things. Lucid, he and Lucid might try to make a play here mid. Bulldog still has flash.
Yep, rocks it down. There's the flash kick, and Bulldog is really dead, guys. Beautiful first blood goes to Dplus, and Lucid's first play looking pretty good here, as Dudu is fighting Kingen, who just wants to kill minions. He offers him a boop in response. The idea that he'll have the ability to destroy turrets is very, very high. I'm going to check this out one more time.
So look at this. He's like, I'm going to try to get him one. Let me just try this. Boom. Easy. Flash kick play. Different angle than you expect. He also had a control ward there, so you knew. They didn't know. Got him.
Indeed.
Oh man, Showmaker, when he's happy, you just love to see it.
Right. He is definitely named correctly here in the LCK. What the gold looks like, and Cuz might be able to return the favor here towards his top side. Cullen going to be utilized, but let's check this out and see whether Kingen can survive. Teleport going to be used from Showmaker to try and get himself in here to help out, and he does make it towards the top lane. Dawning Shadow going to help though, and he's not actually able to offer anything back, so...
Yep. Does have that Shiv first. That's not the big spike, but it is a small one.
As Lucid is going to look to come over. Blast Cone gets himself out of there. Not going to be kicking anyone just yet. I was thinking that maybe that would be a play, but there weren't anyone around. There wasn't anyone around, if I was going to say it correctly. His chain is going to connect onto Bull. Showmaker almost gets it. Wow! That pickoff was incredible from Andil. And there goes Kellen. But now, Cuz looking to pop off into that backline. He picks up the kill on the Lucian. Aiming can't do anything, and Kwangdong Freecs just demolished Dplus.
Yeah, the dragon is secured as well.
And this could be an opportunity. Dplus, I think, are probably going to need to start putting their foot on the gas. Start this one off as Andal's going to miss one here. Bulldog's the target though as Showmaker gets the flash out of him and immediately gets out of there. Kwangdong Freecs now realizing the most important member down a summoner as Lucid does end up going in, but then he gets dove on, makes his way out, but now it's Dudu's turn. Dawning Shadow helps out and Cuz locks down the kill, and now he's the Lee Sin. It's a double, make it a triple as Dudu picks up that kill. 6-1 is the scoreline, and Kwangdong Freecs are demolishing them.
They just have the whole rift. I mean, the Senna is walking up to enter.
Yeah, and now Showmaker is looking for Bull. He mimics over, and Bull's taking a lot of damage. He will get snared. Dawning Shadow comes in. Lucid trying to get the fight happening onto Andil here as Showmaker finishes the job. There's the kick for the mini stun into the wall, and now Andil, not a lot of places to go. Flash out from Lucid as Showmaker connects the chains, but Cuz is there with the stun in the area. Control ward does go into the pit. And Showmaker finds Bulldog. The chains are going to land, and those rocks do absolutely nothing. Over the wall he goes, and there's the kill from Lucid. I love this. The hit squad of Dplus trying to pull themselves back in.
Sell it mid and top outers here. They could pick off, and that's a lot of gold they will pick up if they can get that objective. Easier said than done.
Yeah, well, there's the culling. It's going to connect onto Showmaker, who gets himself out of there. Snared up by Bull as Cuz looks for a cheeky Q, but not going to find it.
I don't know.
Well, Hook is going to connect onto the Udyr, who runs away and continues running. Dudu on the flank angle, though. His shield is going to be broken. Kingen still going to get hooked back. The ulti from Kellen trying to save him. No one's died really just yet as Showmaker looks for Cuz. Burning ticked down. And now Lucid able to get himself out of there. The culling doing so much work, and Dplus just sort of out-sustaining in this fight. The chains not going to be able to find their mark. Kwangdong Freecs, I mean, they just take so much damage because, unfortunately, not as tanky as the rest, and now Showmaker is looking to corral.
That's Dragon, that's a turret, that's a ton of money here to Dplus.
Well, Cuz is looking to try and kill Kingen, who is, I think, dead, guys. Yep, not going to go anywhere at all. Does have a big old shield. It's going to take some time, but he is still dead. Dudu collects it, and now Dplus thinking about heading towards Baron. Speaking of not changing, that gold lead not going anywhere here for Kwangdong Freecs despite losing that Drake. Oh, there's a flash kick onto Bulldog. Seismic shove going to move him a little bit, but otherwise not too much. Somehow it's Emilio that gets the kill. Gonna have to get detectives onto that one.
Play of the said kill on the Bulldog as he just walks on a ward. Hit Talia.
And redeem.
Yep, redemption steals it.
And if he hits Andil, he takes no damage. If Showmaker hits Andil, he takes no damage.
Yeah. They're trying to break the Rookern.
Yeah.
They're trying to break it.
They're still looking for a little bit more here, though, as Depth Charge does come in. Aiming is their target. The redemption, everything thrown at him, but the hook is still going to be there. Oh, the fire kick, so good from Kellen. He's used every button, and it is enough to save his AD carry, but they got a lot of cooldowns, and Kwangdong Freecs are looking for that soul.
Yeah, they want to get this soul. They push Dplus away. Aiming somehow survives miraculously, but he doesn't have flash now, so watch Andil. He is constantly fishing. He is always looking here. And now they're going to just cut him out.
Yeah, Weaver's Wall coming on in here. Seismic Shove throws Kingen over. He is tanking for a really long time, and in fact, he's able to walk it off. Sometimes he just walk it up, I don't know. Kellen, not quite so lucky, and now the Drake should be secured. Mountain Soul of Viego. And that's why Kwangdong Freecs, they're looking for a turn. They want to make sure that this is a guaranteed Baron. And Showmaker able to distort his way out. Dudu keeping him in position. And the Baron, all the while, is going lower and lower. Now Dudu with the World Ender is going to try and stop them, and they're not going to be able to get over here. This Baron is going to Kwangdong Freecs. It's a beautiful Baron play as well, and yeah, you might sacrifice a GA, but maybe they could still win the team fight. It's Kingen in that front line trying to tank it up, but the Melio once again explodes. They take down the Aatrox, but at what cost, ladies and gentlemen? Cuz still taking damages. Aiming is somewhat free hitting, but there's resets are going to come through. Cuz able to get himself over towards the Dawning Shadow as the double kill comes forward, and Showmaker, he's not going to be able to do anything. Cuz and him swap positions. The flash comes through. Cuz almost manages to get it as there's the flash in. The ace comes down, and Kwangdong Freecs will take game one.
Revenger Bulldog finally gets Showmaker after getting bullied by him in lane. He's the one to get the final blow there. Kwangdong Freecs with a massive win here. Great Baron take. Andil and Dudu just hold the door 2v5. They burn it down, win the subsequent play, and take out the Nexus. What a win. One of the cleaner games we've seen from Kwangdong. Sure, there were some hesitations in the mid to late.
From off the screen. Should certainly be. Let's see whether Dplus can get back on the horse and bring us to those 3 games. Jump over to the Rift here for game number 2. Well, Ardent Blaze going to be used, and aiming presses W and does hitting onto the Lucian. Relatively low range.
Now, so the hardest time has passed, arguably.
Yeah.
Less.
Well, going aggressive onto Kellen here, taking a lot of damage. Ebb and flow value there as well from Andil.
So you get that top scuttle.
Yeah, seeing whether Showmaker wants to head over. It catches him out of the air. Not able to quite get the stun, though, and does get the flash. Great seismic shove placement there from Bulldog, using the very last of his mana in order to get it.
The damage they have, they can escape all of the engages, is just so incredibly high. As we're going to see a bit of a contest here by Cuz, see if he can steal.
Yep. Lucid's going to be able to take one of them. Seismic shove, not going to really find the mark there. Showmaker moving on in. I don't know whether Cuz can really do too much about this. Arcane Assault gets Lucid in there. Cuz going to eat some honey fruit, not really taking too much damage, and they're not going to give this one away. Showmaker just throwing up the dumb one 2020.
And, you know, if Kingen makes a mistake or gets hit by a few more Dudu's Qs, then that's a different story, but it'll be tough to dive this. He's still looking for it.
Yep. Not even... I thought that maybe he'd be heading over to the Brambleback as Kingen will spot Cuz, boops him on the way past, and that will give Lucid the heads up that bottom side of the map, that's where you want to be heading.
As, by the way, Oblivion Orb Rush this time for Kingen, actually pretty sick into Aatrox. I like that.
Yeah. And Lucid coming on over. Bull playing aggressively, and now looking to try and get himself out of there. It looks like Lucid wants the easier target, but they get the flash, the tidal wave, and the culling.
Great crisis
management. And then they just get out of it.
Yeah, that was really great.
Yeah, living artillery coming down here as Lucid now looking for Bull. They know the flash is available. Permafrost comes down though. Immediately the cleanse comes in, but that is the first kill for this Kog'Maw. Also gets a plate on the way out as Bulldog trying to do the same in the mid lane, but Dplus a much better early game this time around as they go even on Grubs. Yeah, what's in position here, but Showmaker is going to have to move back towards that top side. sweep in response as well. But now, looking for the angle. There's the Arctic Assault. Glacial Prison connects onto Cuz, but he runs super quickly. Showmaker, can you actually get any autos onto that charge? Heroic Charge coming in here as well as they're trying to strike back. Showmaker in trouble. Thankfully, he had Kellen available, who was able to get him out of dodge before he vacated the area. And that is going to be Dplus getting themselves out of there. But Kwangdong Freecs don't lose anyone. Snowball any advantages. It's looking like that is happening once again. This is also not going great here for Kingen, who is just looking to clear the wave. And there's a pesky Talia there denying cannons.
Yeah, that's not even like a Leandri's on the Talia. Okay, Dudu.
Yeah, Lucid going to throw the ulti, gets the flash out from the Aatrox, and they'll say that's good enough.
Yeah, that's all they can do here. Nice flash from Dudu, of course, to guarantee that he's going to live there. Did not want to have to try to finesse his way through that Sejuani health bar with the turret. Would have been really tough to do with the Frozen Heart, which I'm actually not 100% sure was done at that moment, but is done now.
Well, aiming, taking a lot of damage here, but it does, of course, have Amelia.
Going down there. Somebody's got to get that money. It will be Bulldog, who eventually goes down there. Cannon wave, so nothing too big. As Herald.
Oh, Lucid. Ah, dear. He's very young, so driving may not necessarily be his forte, and then Shelly is in fact just not going to charge at all. Yeah.
Kind of a bit of a whoopsie there, but it is easy to make that mistake.
Speaking of whoopsies, walking into auto attack range of aiming.
This next fight.
Okay, well, that's just a dead Dudu. Didn't have flash, didn't have any way out, and Cuz also now in trouble. Look at the damage from aiming. Living Artillery flying over. The tidal wave is going to get Cuz out of there. And now Bull looking to try and get even more aggressive. Keeper's Verdict comes down, gets rid of the Cogmore. And that is all the damage now. Missing. Kellen has to flash. And sorry, the Cogmore stayed around, but it was Lucid that was gotten rid of. So no frontline, no ability to tank that culling. Well, you were talking about, that is going to be the important thing. Can break off a lot of these targets. Aiming. No flash, no way to get over this wall whatsoever. Living Artillery means that he doesn't really need to worry about it too much, but the Infernal Chains come in. Kingen tanking up a lot is now Lucid, wanting to try and get this 50-50. Can he actually take it away? The answer's no, Cuz just too cool. Able to take this Smite fight his way.
Health bar's low here. I like this Dplus just trying to force something.
All right, there is the fadeaway jump shot from Lucid. Looks for Andil. He gets blown away. And now Dudu getting into that front line. Lucid will go down a 1-for-1. But not exactly the main characters being taken away on either side. Dplus get themselves back towards this mid lane.
I feel like, Kwangdong Freecs is... I may have to hold my thought on this. Might have a dive.
Yeah, Bull taking a fair bit of damage here as in comes Cuz. Seismic Shove on there, 2 from Bulldog! And that gets rid of Showmaker. Kingen now running for his life. Thankfully, he doesn't have a dash, doesn't need to worry about it, and can run pretty quickly. Keep this ball a-rolling. Still behind, but only a little bit of gold now. That might be extended though, because we can see Dudu for a little bit of a back, and aiming is going to be able to stop it. Living Artillery, of course, pretty frustrating there. As aiming takes up 2 turret shots.
He might die.
And then, yeah, he's going to get flashed on.
Yikes!
That's
and they get Baron!
And a Baron.
Atlas, it might be happening. The upset might be happening, Atlas. Warning.
It certainly might, but with how Dplus are playing today, is it an upset? Lucid, can you be the hero as Glacial Prison does get in there? He gets over the wall. It's pretty low, but there's the verdict. And the verdict is that the Baron does go to Cuz.
What a decisive call from Kwangdong.
That is a whoopsie.
Good.
Good, says Cuz.
Yeah, he also might have been saying good, the term for like ending.
Yeah,
things.
we're done.
It's done.
Yep.
It's done.
The map is getting smaller and smaller for these guys. As Lucid wants to be able to get himself out of there, or does he? Seismic Shove comes through once again. Showmaker's over the wall. He can't shoot anyone though. And now Lucid just going to get charged. They do a fair bit of damage. There's a flash over Lucid. Still alive, but Bull able to get him with a double tap, and aiming has to flash as well. Another Seismic Shove. I think that the biggest change is the fact that Bulldog is having such an incredible performance here today. As we see the culling once again. Bulldog does have to use the cleanse. It does so, and he'll be fine. And Kellen is going to be pushed away. Lucid now having to run for the hills as well, down to 50%. Cuz has him in heroic charge range, uses that on a minion in order to close the gap. They found the checklist, right? Like, they are suffocating them out. They are keeping up the pressure. And Cuz is looking for another Keeper's Verdict. Seismic Shove is going to allow them to get Lucid out of there. Might buy them a window. And they only need a window in order to take down these turrets.
To breathe. If aiming actually gets caught a little bit better over that Weaver Swarm, he goes down. Speaking of going down.
Yeah, Dudu is going to have to press his ultimate button. Kingan's going to come on over as well. They have a fair bit of CC in this area, and Dudu will be taken out. So there is a little pick for Dplus. So that's a little bit more. Bull now looking for Showmaker, who just rocket jumps away. Extra movement speed, of course, Nami helping out there as Showmaker gets himself a bit of a massage. And my God, he almost dies.
If he had Gale Force, he probably does die. That was impressive to see. And doesn't commit ult. Now he can use it to defend Baron.
Yeah, and now they have to face check, and Kingan has to try and run away. The seismic shove doesn't find him there. And these 80 carries just can't do anything. There's the knock-up from Kuz! And Kwangdong Freecs 3 in a row, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it's going to stop there. This team looks so incredibly good. Showmaker is going to be taken down, and now Dudu, he can just go further forward. They can look for even more, and it is obliteration here at the hands of the Kwangdong Freecs. And I think that the best pickup in the offseason has to be Kuz, man. He's so good, and the way that he's already meshed with this team is extraordinary. A 2-0. It was not even on my bingo card, even though it was on other people's.
It was a 2-0 stomp as well.
We never quite got there. You know, we knew...